Shalom, everyone, and welcome back. This is the week before Rosh Hashanah, so let's say a few words about Rosh Hashanah. Rosh Hashanah, of course, is called Yom Hadin, the Day of Judgment. But interestingly, in the Amidah, the main prayer of Rosh Hashanah, we don't find the word Yom Hadin mentioned anywhere. Nowhere does it say anything about judgment. So, what is Rosh Hashanah really all about? So, Rosh Hashanah is about making God our king. The Tzemach Tzedek, the third Lubavitcher Rebbe, used to call the night of Rosh Hashanah Coronating Nacht, or Coronation Night. It's the night and the day that we proclaim God our King, and that is really what Rosh Hashanah is really all about. And therefore, throughout Rosh Hashanah, you have the idea of Malchios, of kingship, Shofaros, which means proclaiming God our King through the blowing of the shofar, as was customary in olden days. Zichronos, remembrances, where a king looks at the past and looks at what we've done and judges us accordingly, but not so much in a harsh way, in a positive way, in a happy way. We believe very much that the judgment of Rosh Hashanah is a joyous judgment, a happy judgment, and a successful judgment for all of us. Therefore, we get dressed up and we have beautiful holiday meals. Can you imagine if you were being sentenced to a severe court case, and the night before your court case you sit down and you have a beautiful meal? Well, maybe you might if it's going to be your last meal before you go to prison. But normally speaking, you're too nervous, you're too worried. And we are not. We are perfectly happy and we're perfectly joyous. And why is that? Because we are invited to a party. The party is the coronation party, where God becomes our king and the relationship between God and us becomes sealed, is stronger than ever. There's a story told about a king who is being coronated, and in the middle of the pomp and ceremony of the coronation, a poor man comes up, walks right up to the king, and says to the king, "Your Majesty, I know you're in the middle of your party and everything, but I have a pothole in front of my house that needs to be filled in. And every day I fall in that pothole. I trip on that pothole. I hurt myself. So if you're the king, why don't you fix my pothole?" Certainly, the king's job is to take care of his subjects, yes, and the king's job is to maintain the kingdom with all the various aspects of government, including taking care of potholes. But this is not the time to talk about potholes. This is not the time to be petty. It's inappropriate at that time. Now is the time to celebrate and to really recognize the fact that we have a very special relationship with God, and that is the celebration of the day. So, according to Hasidic philosophy, really, Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur, even to a greater degree, are days of celebration, days of rejoicing. And we should indeed take advantage of them. And we should enjoy good food, and we should have good friends and good family, if it's all possible, to join us, or at least to give them a call and welcome them and wish them a good yontif as never before, because God is celebrating during this time, and God wants us to celebrate as well. I'll have more to say about that later on in the week, but nevertheless, we are getting ready in the shul for Rosh Hashanah Yom Kippur. As I mentioned before, tickets are still available in a limited capacity, only for members. So if you want to join the synagogue and join us for services inside, that'll be inside the gated area, which is outside at the patio of the synagogue. They will not be inside the building. You're welcome to join us, but only for members. So please, if you haven't paid your membership dues, at least in part, please let us know quickly so we can get you tickets. Tickets will be checked at the door to make sure that everyone is safe and healthy and supposed to be there. We'll have a security guard there as well, and we'll be having lots of shade. The services will be a little quicker than usual. We'll be starting at 8:30. We hope to finish about 2.5 to 3 hours later, hopefully by 11:30 at the latest. And so therefore, there'll be a little less singing than we usually do. We'll be having singing, but not as much. And the service will move along a little bit quicker. So we look forward to having you all. At 12 o'clock, we'll be having a special shofar blowing for children and for adults, because no children under 10 are are allowed in. Only kids over 10 who will sit with their parents are allowed in. And again at 6 o'clock rather on Sunday. That's 12 o'clock and 6 o'clock only on Sunday. We do not blow the shofar on Shabbos. We'll also have shofar blowing. So whatever is convenient for you. I want to wish you all a very Shana Tova Metuka, a happy and a healthy and a sweet new year. And it should be a year of blessing for all us and all of mankind. Shalom, shalom.